4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ranch here, bringing on the StarCraft commentary. I think I said that so bad that nobody understood anything I said, but I said that I am bringing you another StarCraft commentary. It's going to be the third set between Jaedong and Cal in the Nate MSL semifinals. Woot! Have Deja Vu alongside me yet again. And we're going to have this one on Ultimatum. We're going to have Cal at the upper right-hand position as the red Protoss. I'm going to have Jaedong at the lower right-hand position as the yellow Zerg. Jaedong 2-0 ahead, and this is one game away from the final of the century, the final that we've all been wanted. GOM TV season, what was it, 2 or 1? I'm not sure. I think it was 1. Does not count. That one was ugh. Yeah, we've wanted this final so long. We've never had it, and we've wanted it so long. Arena MSL, we were one stage away, but then 4GG swooped out of nowhere and stole it from us. I could make if I had a good Gollum impression, I would do it now, but I don't. He stole it from us. Something like that. So Cal in dire straits at this point, gonna plop down his pylon, his nat, gonna scout in the wrong direction, and Jaedong, sending hands over towards the middle, possibly expecting some sort of cheesiness from Cal, but Cal not really the type to cheese from what I've seen. He'll just try to play his standard. Really hope he just plays his good old standard stuff. Go for some Zealots, go for some Tech, go for some Corsairs. He started out funky in the second set, but then he ended up playing to his strengths. Once he kind of just switched up, started playing to his strengths. It sometimes worked, sometimes didn't, but at least he played to his strengths. And I feel if he continues doing that, he'll actually have a pretty good shot against Jaedong here.
Yeah, I still think that he's got good PVZ and that he can hang with Jaedong. And I mean, you noted a couple games where he's actually beat Jaedong straight up games. So I mean, he can do this. He just needs to actually just play a straight up game. And I fear that it's too late at this point. Down 2-0, Jaedong can do. Who knows? Jaedong could do whatever he wants at this point. He could go 2-hatch Hydra, 3-hatch Hydra. He could go 3-hatch all-in Lings. I mean, any sort of cheese could be coming at Cal's way because Jaedong can do what he wants. And he went for a 12-hatch there, 11 pool. And so Cal's got to be really on the guard here. Cal's got to be really, really worried what happens now. And that's really unfortunate. It looks like his Forge came up before he could cancel it to put up his Nexus, seeing that 12-hatch, but not able to get that little bit of an advantage. But still, I mean, Cal's got to come up with something here, and I think Jaedong will do something creative here and try and get a win in some creative way. Just because usually when players get a 2-0, 3-0, or 2-0 advantage or 2-1 advantage or something like that, they'll start doing something a little bit more creative. And 2 probes for Cal here, scouting out. That's a little bit odd. It looks like probably he sent out a second pro, I'm guessing, to scout, and just they happened to collide at some point.
Yeah, I think he sent to the wrong direction first, so probably second probe came down to scout the lower right hand. We're all going to get inside there. Spot all the positioning going on, trying to harass these drones, getting his probe surrounded, has to get him out of dodge, I guess, yeah. Get him into safety. Meanwhile, going to put down his cannon. I think he put down a gateway before cannon there just to get his Zealot out as soon as he can. Meanwhile, still trying to be annoying with his probe, trying to stay around, and just Cal needs to play nothing funkiness. Just stick to his guns and make sure that if Jaedong goes for something funky, he spots it and handles it. If he can manage to do it, he can still take a game from Jaedong, or 2 or 3, because Cal can do that. Go, Gujila! Yeah, but we saw Jaedong put down his lair, gets 4 Zerglings out there just to counteract that probe scout, and Cal is actually, I think, a very solid wall. I think only Zealot can get through there. Not even sure if he can actually do that. I think he's going to be forced to mine out this minerals to actually get some forces out in the ground when he wants to do that.
Yeah, we'll see what Cal decides to go for, and I'm still saying that I'm really interested to see what Jaedong goes for here, because we don't even see a third hatch yet, so no third hatch, third base coming up for Jaedong, so could be seeing something cheesy here, could be something a little bit funky. We got 2-hatch layer going up, so 2-hatch Muta maybe? Yup, 2-hatch Muta, and if he catches Cal off guard, Cal may be rage quitting. That is just evil if you 2-hatch Muta a Protoss player and you actually catch him building those early Zealots and they don't have cannons in their main. That is just evil. And this probe coming here going to try and get a scout up, but they're not going to see that layer. Still hiding that tech very, very well. And I don't think Cal's been still scouting the bottom left again, so I don't think he knows that there's no third base going up, so he's got no real way to know that this is coming his way. Hopefully he has some sort of prescient thought and thinks to put up a cannon inside of his main natural line, and he'll be okay. But I fear for him right now. I fear that 2-hatch Muta may catch him completely off guard, and he may lose this in a pretty much a very cheesy fashion, which would be really unfortunate for him.
He did put up a base at the mineral only, so he's actually playing kind of safe, kind of sticking to his guns. Actually, the base is a little bit out in the open, so he might go a Zealot, quick Zealot attack on that would be actually very effective, but there's a very quick reinforcement route, so just Jaedong would come in there, try to prevent that from happening. Probe is moving down, so if he spots that third, he might get a better idea of what's actually going to happen. Does a pretty nice micro of the probe around there. Still Zerglings is almost getting a surround around. Trying to desperately get inside the main. Is going to manage to get inside the main. Probably going to spot the Spire coming up. Probably going to spot... Wait a minute. This is 2 Hatch Spire. You're going to go for 2 Hatch Mutas. Probably going to scout the eggs as well. And just going to... Oh my god, you bastard. Just, yeah, all the eggs popping. So it probably is going to mute us. 3 cannons the second that happens. And pumping Corsairs like crazy, so he's going to be putting into full defensive mode. Goes for a second Stargate alongside, so he has some serious Corsair rape in mind. Oh, pardon me, Overlord rape due to Corsair.
Yeah, you know, that is the correct move, really. Spamming those cannons, that is a big time error by Jaedong, allowing that probe to get up. Huge error by him, because he won this game. He pretty much had this game if he hadn't done that. Produce 5 Mutalisks, 1 set of Scourge, pick off that Corsair, and just continue to produce a set of Scourge every now and then, and he's got this game. But he allowed that probe to get in, those cannons get spammed, and now it becomes a whole lot more interesting. We'll see what he comes up with here, and if he's able to get some Scourge out to deal with this.
Let's see, 3 Corsairs, and 2 cannons that are going to actually be allowed to come up. Corsairs going to wonder, it's like, oh, think one, no, okay, might have gotten a hit in, but still not too much damage. It does pick off the cannon, but overall nothing much else done, no economic damage done, so in that way it's already a win for Cal. I mean, what Jaedong's going to start putting out more production hatcheries, reinforced with more Scourge, trying to engage those Corsairs, but he does have the cannons up. I think he's putting down another cannon there. Also probably going to, is actually, yeah, got 1 Zealot go down, wonder if he's going to get the 2 Corsairs flying around inside, do hit the Corsair, but do not actually manage to pick it off. Jaedong actually committing a lot of mutas right now, so he's going very, very heavy on the air. I'm wondering will this actually end up doing something funky, like going big air or something. You don't generally see that, so Jaedong might go, you know what, I want to go Guardians against a Protoss player today. I'm feeling like it. Still doing a pretty decent job of fighting against those Corsairs, forcing Cal to put down more cannons and more forward location, just forcing him to play very defensively, but at the very least he's not done any sort of economic damage, so in that way I think Cal's done a pretty decent job.
Yeah, definitely done a decent job there defending. Didn't lose too much there. Didn't lose more than what would be considered acceptable there in any way, shape, or form. So doing a good job there. But it looks like Jaedong's just going to transition, do this weird transition back into some pseudo Neo Soren, only without the gas. He really needs to get a third base and get a third gas up and running. Whether that's through drop tech, taking one of the islands, or if that's just taking the bottom left, something like that. He does have some Scourge out in the air again, joining those Mutalisks, going to try and pick off some of these Corsairs. Need to get those numbers at least a little bit lower, so it doesn't happen to him again that he loses tons of Overlords. We do see another Overlord going down here, and yeah, he's forced Cal to be insanely defensive. Another 2 more cannons going up there at the natural, so very few units right now for Cal on the ground. So Jaedong can really take the map as he wishes. He can do whatever he wants right now. He can really take the map. He can put on pressure with maybe lurkers right now if he wanted to. He could do something along those lines because he knows the observatory is probably going to be a little bit late with the 2 Stargate build and all these cannons. He just doesn't have the money to really go for observers as well. So lurkers could be very effective. And now these Hydras coming here, going to start picking at the forge, going to stop any more cannons from coming up. Going to be able to pick at this gateway as well. That gateway is going to be going down as well. And Jaedong actually pushing in here, going to go for some of these cannons, going to try and pick some of them up. This could be a little bit of a mistake by him. I don't know if he really has the forces to break this, but he thinks he does.